Changing brake fluid, the video everyone's been waiting for. We've probably talked about it before, and that's looking pretty good, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to give you the disclaimer again. I'm here to help, but some people shouldn't be working on cars. And when it comes to brakes, it's a matter of life and death. Your brakes need to work. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't touch it. These videos aren't designed to teach you how to do stuff, although sometimes you just can't find someone to do it, or maybe you can't afford it, and it's better that it's done than not done. So it's a balance. What am I meant to do here? So I'll do my best, right? So brake fluid changes, really important. If you've got no brake fluid there, you're gonna have no brakes. No brakes is pretty dangerous in a motor vehicle. Like I said, matter of life and death. So basically, changing brake fluid, first thing you wanna do is make sure everything's clean around the outside of the reservoir, which is not too bad. This engine bay, there's a bit of muck around the back there. That'll get cleaned up afterwards. That's just previous owner stuff. I've given this thing a bit of a quick clean up, but can always do with a bit more. It's not to my standard yet. This is our V6 2008. It was manufactured late 07, but compliance first 08. So I'm going to call it a 2008, just like the other one, just to keep it simple. Although the other one is a April 2008. Hey Mitch, how you going?
Good, mate.
Did you have a good day at school?
Pretty good, eh?
Beautiful. All right, I'll talk to you in a minute. Just got to finish this video. I'm just waffling a bit because some people complain about the waffling, so I'm just keeping them entertained. And all the wise people, they don't complain. They just listen and learn, right? And they do little things on the side that they're making a cup of tea. Hey, can someone make me a cup of tea? I don't, cup of tea is better than a cup of sugar or a bottle of sugar. Eh? That's what I do to a cup of tea. I'm easy, cup of tea or not. But since you're making one, can I have one with just a little bit of sugar? Just raw sugar, not white sugar. Just a little bit though, like less than a spoon in a big cup, and a little bit of milk. But if you're having a green tea, I'll have a green tea with you, no dramas, because we know that's best for us. Back to this brake fluid flush. This is the 120, right? So there's a little filter thing that I take out, right? Because you can't get in there without doing that, but that's good to filter out little bits of impurities for what you pour in there, because you never know what might be coming out of the bottle apparently. But my bottles are quality Toyota Genuine .3 and they're sealed because brake fluid is hygroscopic. That means it absorbs moisture, right? So you put a drop of brake fluid there, it's gonna get bigger probably because it absorbs moisture. This is a problem. So in the air in service, like now, this is open, absorbs moisture, and over time the boiling point from when it's new starts off closer to 300 degrees, bit under, more or less, depends what brake fluid, but keep it simple here. We know water boils at 100 degrees, so if you've got water in there, and I wouldn't suggest putting water in there, your brakes aren't going to work too well because it's going to boil, you're going to have air in there, and things are not going to work too well. And you're probably wondering, why is the brake fluid level dropping while I'm talking? And that's all part of the picture as well, because I'm about to show you the easiest, most simple way to bleed brakes. It's been the most easiest, simple way, and it'll avoid problems where, e.g., we've got how old's this car? 2008, it's 2025 now. So what's that, about 17 years old? Does that sound right, Mitch?
Yeah.
17 years, you sure? Or do you just agree with me? I could be wrong.
I disagree with you.
Just agree. You should think, because you know what? I could be wrong one day. 17 years old, this master cylinder in here, things haven't been moving all the way up and down. Just normal brake operation. Then we come along, we're going to start pumping brakes, and it's going to push those piston seals. In the master cylinder here, there's a piston, there's seals on there, depending what different makes and models, different designs. So I'm going to say piston seals, because some have got the seal and seals and all that, cup seal. Anyway, past the muck that's been sort of accumulated over 17 years, not going to be happy, and then you're going to get a leak. It's going to cost you a master cylinder. So you can avoid that by not pumping the brakes, which is what we're going to do. We just want to pump the brakes the normal amount of travel. If you do need to pump the brakes, it's important to do lots of short pumps instead of just all the way to the floor. You might be okay, but you could cause yourself some trouble. When we get near the minimum line there, I'm going to start pouring more fluid in. You can go lower than that, but it's good practice to do it this way. So I started off by taking that little filter out. That filter I've got sitting up here, we've washed it and blown it dry. It's ready to go back in, but I'm doing a video, I'm busy. So put a syringe or something in there that's obviously clean and suck it all out, right? And you won't always get it all out. See this bit in the front here? It's a bit different, right? And if you've got a different colour fluid, it'll take time to stain. Hey Mitch, can you do me a favour? Can you pop the bond on the other 120 so I can show them something on that one? So suck it all out. This is what we did. We changed the brakes, we changed the pads. And then before I pump the brakes, suck it all out, fill it back up again. I use Toyota Genuine .3 brake fluid in 500ml bottles. Costs a bit more than bulk, but at least I know it's sealed and it hasn't got moisture in it and it's quality. Once you refill it, hop in the car and do those short pumps I spoke about to pump the fluid back down to the calipers nice and hard. And then you can go around and open all your bleeder nipples. At this point, I'm going to get some brake fluid in a minute and I'm going to pour it into this. I'll get Mitch to pass it over actually once he's done over there trying to open that bonnet. It's a bit hard there with the light bar in it. Anyway, you get to learn. Gravity, people, right? So there's your bleeder nipple in right there. Cracked it open about one turn. It's a tapered seat. When you tighten them up, don't over tighten them. Don't forget and leave them loose. Leave them loose, it'll leak. You'll have no brakes soon. Very dangerous, which is why I'm telling you probably shouldn't do this. Thanks for that, Mitch. Can you pass me that bottle of brake fluid there on the bench? Carefully take the cap off it for me once I'm holding it. That's it. Thank you. And let's see if I can pour this without spilling everywhere. I've got a camera in my face in the way, so give me some credit because I can't see what I'm actually doing, right? So how much brake fluids are going to take, they say? Well, generally with a smaller system like this, a litre, 2 500ml bottles will do the job, right? And I'm overfilling it because it's going to go back down again. Carefully take that and pop it on the bench, a lid back on, very good. And this doesn't require pressure to flush things out. Some people, there's all these different expensive systems. The key thing is that like your coolant, you know how we do the coolant regularly every 2 years, I say on these older cars? Just get it out and refill it with quality is all you need to do. It's tested and proven. We're going to go over the other 120 in a minute, but I just wanted to show you. So this is the front right, and this is going to be going the fastest. And they tell you which order to open and close them in. I can tell you there's no air in the system. It doesn't matter which one you close. Assistant, can you please close this bleeder nipple for me? While you're doing that, I'm just at this back one here to show you. See, less fluid in there? And the drip is a bit slower. That's the right rear. Let's go to the left rear. Right, left rear, same thing. It's coming through pretty clear. So I'd say most of all the old fluid has been bled and come through by now. I've been trying to get my light started on the camera. I think it's just blown up. Lucky you've got your light. All right, so over here at the left-hand front, generally comes out about the second fastest. And they'll tell you to do the furthest ones first and work your way close to the master cylinder. That's generally a good practice, but then different vehicles, different setups, depending where the brake lines go, it happens in different orders. So you need to check that out on your vehicle and just work out, you know, which order it needs to be done in. But generally, if you're not running out of fluid, you should be able to do, doesn't matter which one. In this case, I'm doing all at once. There's a solid amount of fluid in there. I can shut off any one of them in any order and it's going to be just fine. If you drive the vehicle and you put your foot on the brake and it feels spongy, you got a problem. You should probably have never touched it, and I hope you've got enough information and awareness to sort out the problem before it becomes dangerous. Like I said, if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it, right? Tapered seat, they're little hollow, see it's hollow in the middle where the fluid comes out, and it's quite a small thread, so that means if you over tighten it'll snap off. You'll be in a world of hurt. If you leave it loose, if you forget and it leaks, you'll leak your fluid out just like this slowly. You'll have no brake fluid left. You'll have no brakes. So be warned, it's dangerous working on brakes. Don't touch them if you don't know what you're doing. Check out our whole brakes playlist. Every video, front to back, if you're going to do it anyway, and then you've gathered as much information as you can, and hopefully something I've said is helping. And that's about it, really. Soon we're going to shut these off when I'm happy with how clean that fluid looks. It's getting down a bit, not too bad. How do you test the if it's clean, mate? Oh yeah, that's the test, is it? Looks a bit like lemon juice now. Looks a bit like lemon juice. Makes me what? Makes me feel like a lemon. Mum makes this lemonade, you know, from lemons and whatever. The old lemonade, you know, it makes me feel like on a hot day with a nice cold lemonade, homemade.
You get to that. That's real clear.
Yeah, because that's like, it's because the plastic's clear as well. Like we put a new master cylinder on it. Let's go have a look at the other 120, see what that looks like in comparison. Right, now for a long time, this one did have the blue one in it, and that's why off camera, it actually looks quite a lot bluer, and on camera, it's looking a lot yellower, but that has been flushed so many times. It's because of that amount of fluid that stays up in that front compartment here, you kind of can't get it. You can, but it's hard to get out, and therefore, it only takes a small amount to discolor. How do you like that? Is that, you rate that? Is that all right? Pretty good? You know there's a brake fluid tester you can get, and it tests the boiling point of the brake fluid. So that's what That's what I used in when I was an apprentice at what's it called? Box Hill TAFE or something, anyway. At Mitcham anyway. We put the little thing in there. I tested my XE Falcon, right? I had an XE Falcon, was my first car. Yeah, well, it was the first car. And the boiling point was 140 degrees. All right, back over to this one. I think that pretty well wraps it up. When this gets to the max line, we're going to shut them all. I don't really care which one because I think plenty of fluids come through all of them. So, mate, if you want to stand by and I'll say, ready, set, go. Or if you want, you can even, well, I don't say start closing them now because we could be waiting a long time for the last one. You got a couple of minutes up your sleeve. Right, that's it. Quick, it's getting low. No, just joking. Anyway, yeah, XE Falcon, 140 degrees. So I did quite a bit of brake fluid flushes on that and brought it back to the 280 mark. It was beautiful. Like this, just drain it out, refill it. So it's important that it is regularly done because of the boiling point and also to keep it clean, to keep your whole braking system components clean in good condition. Like your coolant keeps your engine, your Welsh plugs, your radiator, your heater core and all those systems, your head gasket, your alloy of the block, the heads and all that sort of thing, all in good, clean condition, right? You can't fix that later. It's preventative maintenance fluid here, preventative maintenance fluid here, preventative maintenance fluid here, and this is number one on these engines, you know that. I'm going to be doing mine every 5,000, which are always done on petrol engines anyway. Preventative maintenance fluid, and we haven't talked about that too much. That'll be a separate video. This needs a power steering flush. Clean oils, mate. You can't beat it. It's a no-brainer. Hurry up and shut it, man. It's on the... Quick, hurry up. I'm not joking around this time. Go. Hey, people. Subscribe, turn the bell on, and we'll catch you in the next video. That's a brake fluid flush on the V6 120. Don't touch it if you don't know what you're doing. See ya.